resolving conflicts comprehensively can no longer be seen as a long-term goal, but it is now an urgent necessity because we are continuously facing other global challenges that require us to be stable and united as a region. Primarily, we are faced with the global phenomenon of terrorism, the impact of climate change, and the global economic crunch, all of which require single-minded focus and determination to either eradicate or resolve conflicts. I therefore look forward to the guidance that you shall provide our guest of honor to us in addressing these issues as well as other challenges that face our region, especially the negative forces that continue to operate in the Great Lakes region. I commit that as Secretary General to steer our programs to respond to whatever directives are given to your Secretariat. In this regard, Honorable Ministers, I'm honored to highlight a few achievements of the program, of the COMESA program on peace, governance, and security. We have now put in place, first of all, we have now put in place a robust early warning system that we are honored to complete. Our first structural vulnerability assessments, which were disseminated to all countries last year. We are confident that addressing this will contribute to finding lasting solutions in our region. Secondly, our post-conflict program has reinforced trade and investment in the Great Lakes region by establishing 16 trade information desks that have facilitated thousands of small-scale traders with accurate and reliable information at the border areas. In addition, we are now at an advanced stage of establishing 5 border markets and access roads in the same region with an estimated budget of 5 million euros mobilized from our development partners. This focus has become a niche for COMESA because we recognize that peace processes do not end with the signing of agreements, but the phase that follows the peace process is critical in ensuring lasting peace. And that phase is essentially one of development.
L'expérience récente de Madagascar, qui vient de sortir d'une longue crise, pourrait nous instruire maintenant, aujourd'hui, sur certains points ayant trait à la recherche des voies et moyens d'asseoir la paix et la stabilité, tout en explorant les modalités de consolidation de la démocratie. Comme je l'ai mentionné auparavant, l'instabilité politique ralentit considérablement notre développement économique et social. Les situations de crise récurrentes nous privent également du soutien des partenaires techniques et financiers. Tous ces constats nous permettent d'insister sur l'importance du rôle que le COMESA devrait jouer à travers la priorité accordée par les États membres et leurs ministres des Affaires étrangères à la reconstruction post-crise et à la consolidation de la paix. À ce propos, Madagascar a pu bénéficier de l'appui de notre organisation dans plusieurs domaines. En janvier 2010, compte tenu de la crise politique qui prévalait à Madagascar, le privilège de la franchise douanière accordé dans le cadre de l'AGOA a été supprimé, ce qui a entraîné des conséquences néfastes pour notre pays. Le volume de nos exportations vers les États-Unis a connu une baisse de 70%. Des entreprises franches ont fermé leurs portes, entraînant la perte de 26 000 emplois.
I salute the COMESA heads of state and government who, in their wisdom, made a decision over 15 years ago for ministers of foreign affairs to meet at least once a year to discuss modalities of peace and security in the region. The decision was made in line with Article 3D of the COMESA Treaty, which recognizes the importance of peace and security in economic development and integration. Honorable Ministers, the statements made this morning touched on some very important issues, especially the importance of strengthening democratic governance in light of increasing election-related violence. We in Zambia continue to value the principles of democracy and governance and are proud to have conducted peaceful elections in August this year. We believe that as we aspire to the goals set by the African Union to end all wars by 2020, we have to make every effort to address democratic governance and particularly the root factors to all conflicts.